Hey guys, Tinker Taylor here today, bringing you back another Pokemon build series video. So today we are working on Squirtle, who is the last of the starter Pokemon for Gen 1, and he is the cutest little guy. He's a little blue turtle, and he's got a little red shell. Got a squirrel-looking tail, which I think is quite interesting that a turtle has a squirrel tail. But you know what? I'll roll with it. He's just adorable. I'll give it anything. I don't know what that means, but sure. Um Also, I don't know if I mentioned this in a previous video or not, but majority of the Pokemon in my mind are he's. Not in the sense of gender, but cute little guy. That they're all just cute little guys. Um most of them are cute little guys. Some of them are questionable little guys. So it's just yeah, that's what they are. Although 87.5% of this Pokemon are male, so you know, yeah. Anyway, um, like I was saying, this is the last starter for Gen 1, and he is a water type. And when I was having a look at this little guy, I instantly thought he looks like if you were a learn to swim teacher in the Pokemon world, you would absolutely have this little guy with you. Like he's absolutely the perfect Pokemon for this. He's just so small and cute and tiny and you know he's just a little dude who does the swimming stuff and yeah, that's what I was thinking. So that's what I ended up doing. And I'm gonna be very honest with you guys. I struggled with this build at the start. No idea what I was doing. Was really having a hard time working my way through it, trying to figure out what I wanted to do, how I want it to look, making it look very cohesive and whatever. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie, really struggled with it at the start, but towards the end, I'm not too mad with towards the end how it looked. So yeah, definitely very interesting to see my build process, especially when I was not loving it at the start. I really try at the start to trust myself. Sometimes I do need to just abandon what I've done. And I'm not gonna lie, there are some builds that the way I started them were not the way that you guys see them. I do delete that part. I'm like, no, this is terrible. We're not having this. This needs to be done better. And so I'll delete it and restart. Um, Other times I just do it on the wrong lot and you'll see me change lots. That's it. But you won't, yeah, if I completely messed it up, I won't do it. You will not see it how I did it. I might explain like, oh, when I started I did it like this or whatever. But sometimes, for example, in this build, I try and trust the process and go, you know what? No, you have an idea. Let's try and roll with it. Let's try and make it better. Like, what parts of it do you not like? How can we make it better? And that's kind of how this one is, because I don't change much of it. I just spend a lot of time trying to figure out what I'm doing. And that's how we end up with this build. So we don't have many changes to the layout. It's more the design choices. Like the wallpaper is the main one. I go through a couple of different iterations of the wallpaper, and then I think once I start to get like garden stuff in and whatnot, it starts to come together a little bit better. And I changed this interior a little bit as well because I just wasn't vibing with it, wasn't feeling it, it didn't feel right. So yeah, we go through a few changes here and there. But yeah, at the end of the day, this is supposed to feel like a very family friendly place, because this is where all the kids go to learn how to swim, and I think there might even be a little cot outside in the undercover area so that if you have a young kid who's swimming and you have a baby who needs to sleep, you can put the baby in the cot and they can sleep, and there's couches right next to it so that You can sit down, your baby's right there, you don't have to hold on to them. Your kids swimming in the pool, again, you're right there, you can see them there with the swim coach. Like it's all, you're like right in it and amongst it, but you have a place to sit down and relax. And there's a little cafe, so when you come in and you drop the kid off, you can be like, hey, can I please have a this or that? And they'll bring it out to you, so you don't have to worry about leaving your kid at any point, any of your kids at any point. But if you've got another kid who's not learning to swim, or maybe they learn to swim classes a bit later, there is a little playground here as well, and another outdoor seating area. So maybe like if you go meet up with the other parents and their kid, they've got multiple kids swimming, and you want to spend more time with them, your kid who's still there can play on the playground. So I tried to think of all these different things that like maybe parents would want. Um, so I hope you guys, if you are parents who have children who are learning to swim, I hope this is making sense, and like is thumbs up from you guys. I'm not a parent. I have a cat and she doesn't need to learn how to swim, so you know we're all good here. Like there's no need for that here. But I do try and think about things that other people would think about when using these lessons. Not that, look, this is a pool. If people are playing this in The Sims, I don't know how well I thought about that because I was thinking real life. But there is a potty, a change table, there's obviously the pools, there's some playground equipment, there's some places to eat. Um, I mean, it is just the fridge for The Sims, but there's still some place to eat. Um, so yeah, there's just that's really it. And yeah, I hope it makes sense and is usable. That's another thing. I'm trying to make sure that the builds are usable. So I know that the benches are taken up a lot, but there's no place to cook here anyway. Um, so yeah, I'm not too mad at the fact that I covered the benches with stuff because you can't really cook here. It's mostly just a what do you call it? Like a yeah, you've just got the fridges to eat from basically. I don't know if a fruit bowl's functional. That tells you how much I do not play the game. I have no idea if fruit bowls are functional. Definitely let me know if they are or aren't, because I'd love to know. But yeah, just I was trying to make this build feel very family oriented, family friendly. Like people have spend a lot of time here, and I don't know. It was just lots of fun and whatnot. And you know, obviously as a kid, I did swim classes. Didn't do very well at them. Still can't swim. Well, I mean, I can take care of myself, but that's about it. I'm definitely not teaching anybody else how to swim anytime soon. But yeah, it's been a very long time since I've been to a learn to swim class. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, if you are someone who knows, I was gonna say knows how to swim. If you're someone who teaches how to swim, definitely let me know down below if this is accurate or not. Um, half the stuff I put in here, I'm like, I don't know, maybe that sounds good. What about that? Okay, sure, that. What about that? Okay, fine. And it was just dumping as many things in as possible. Like, okay, let's have some water. You know, people need to stay hydrated. And there's a little menu board there for menu stuff. Um, and a little indoor couch and some there's gonna be outdoor couches just over here. So yeah, just again, it's been a while since I've been to a specific learn to swim class type area. But even the learn to swim class areas were pools that were just converted into little swim classes. Like it's normally a lap pool, very long lap pool, but they diagonally, not diagonally, instead of the way the lanes normally go, they put them the other way. Horizontal versus vertical, I guess you could say. No? Left versus right. I don't know. I'm confusing myself. I'm probably confusing you all. If you're standing at the end of a pool where the dive board is, the lanes normally would go from where you're standing to the other end. But if you're well, the way they did it for my learn to swim class was they took those lane markers, and if you're standing again at the end where the dive board is, it would be left to right across from you. So like across, yeah, across in front of you. That's how they did it because it was shorter. They did have one down the center. They was kind of like classes of kids in these at the edges and whatnot. Instead of having to make kids swim these full length laps, they could fit so many more classes doing that. It was really smart of them. And I just remember the one time, like the one thing I remember from it is being told to start swimming and then immediately just sinking below the water. I don't know what happened. I don't know how it happened. Obviously I didn't swim. Um, but yeah, just not very confident in my swimming. That's um but you know, like I said before, I can take care of myself. But yeah, I was really hoping that this build really mimicked what a learn to swim class looked like because I definitely had a lot of fun trying to build it. You know, trying to use different objects. You can see here I'm using this wall decoration piece, create a different colored backing on the what are they called, cabinets on the island cabinet thing, and you know I don't mind it. It was okay, but I'm not gonna lie, I completely change it. I get rid of it and change it to different cabinets later. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong. But yeah, I just did not feel like it looked good with the cabinets I'd chosen. I had this idea in my head of like, oh, maybe like slightly industrial, but then we'll make it like a bit more family oriented around it. But then I hated it, so we changed. Definitely changed it a lot because I did not enjoy how it looked. And then with the garden, I just went really simple and did giant hedges because why would I do anything different? Why would I pick flowers and make it look pretty? I could just pick something easy and simple. And I'm not gonna lie, that's what I did. I definitely went with a lot easier and simpler because it just worked so much better. But yeah, for the next however long, this is me just lightening up the place because I realized it was so grey and bland and I did not enjoy it. So yeah, we're definitely lightening up the place, picking better colours, picking better cabinets. Um, and did I pick different I have no idea. No idea what I did anymore. Look, it's been a while. It's been 2 months since I did this build, so I'm kind of guessing a lot of what I did and hoping that it looks good. But I do enjoy it at the end of the day. I'm kind of happy with how it turned out. This blue greeny brick, my new favorite wallpaper on the planet. It's just amazing. I don't understand why I didn't use it earlier because it's base game. I just think it's amazing. Look how much nicer that looks now. It's not as um I don't want to say horrendous, but it's not as grey and bland and yucky. And now it's a bit nicer. So yeah, and I feel like a lot of kids' swim places would be this bright blue. Like it just it makes sense if especially if you're trying to be kid friendly and whatever. So yeah, definitely enjoyed this a lot more when I changed the colours. Um, and again, yeah, picking some simple landscaping. Landscaping is still not my favorite thing to do. It is entirely confusing to me. I'm not gonna lie. There are some builds where I'm like, wow, I actually did pretty good with this landscaping. I can't believe that. And there are other times where I'm like, oh, that's what I did? Okay. Interesting. Why did I do that? I don't know. So yeah, still learning, still figuring it out, still having a look at how everybody else does their landscaping. Um, but yeah, for me, it's just not easy. I don't know. I don't. get how people just come along and it's gorgeous and it's amazing and it's fantastic. I seriously do not understand that. I'm definitely gonna have a look into how to landscape and how to do it better and things like that. So if you're thinking my landscaping's still not that great and it's kind of low-key atrocious, and definitely needs work, I agree, and I am taking small steps every day to have a little look at what I can do to fix that and work on it. Because yeah, like I said, I want to do my builds better every day. I don't want to do terrible builds. I don't want to be not ashamed, but not proud. Is that's yeah, I want to be proud of what I build. Um, and I hope that this is something that you guys enjoyed because I think it looks so much better with the color scheme I've picked now. I was really struggling with the color scheme before that, but now I'm feeling a lot better about it. And you know, with some of the builds that are coming up as well that I'm doing, I'm getting better. I'm not gonna say I'm great and fantastic and amazing, but I'm getting better. That's something I will say. Um, because yeah, I don't know. It's just something if you work a little bit every time on it, it'll eventually get to a point where yeah, you are happy with what you've done, and you don't have to be not ashamed, but like frustrated with what you've done. So yeah, I'm getting to the point where it's improving and it's not as terrible. And same with my building. There are still some things where I'm like, wow, is that what I did? Okay. And it's kind of like now, like, oh, okay, well, that's not terrible. I can live with that. But yeah, we are getting very close to the end here. And I think I'm gonna not record another video today because I realized I'm kind of just rambling about nothing now. And I'm kind of running out of things to say. So yeah, we'll definitely record another video another day. But yeah, I don't know. I had a lot of fun with this build, and I hope you guys did too. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I hope if you're a game player, I hope it's really functional for you guys because I'm trying to be a better functional builder. But make sure to subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this. I'm coming out with a video pretty much every day this year. But until then, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.